There we go. Cool. All right. So welcome back. I had to take a little bit of a break because I've been going since 10 a.m. But we are back to the passenger backpack. And what we've got so far, where we left off, let's see if I can do this right. Move that down a little bit. Too far. Pull it like that. Sorry. I am still getting used to this. I apologize. Okay. So we'll just move that over a little bit. So we've got the back. We've got the zipper. We've got the side of the back. On the inside, we have the lining for those two pieces. And next is getting my tablet because I didn't get that before I started. Pull that up. Okay, that's it was charging. I'm going to probably need to find a charger and plug it in again or bring my other charger over here. But okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take this piece here, flip it around so that its exterior is right side up. We've got the zipper here. That's good. Good, good, good. And then we're going to put there's a zip. Okay. This is we're building the laptop pocket now. So this should line up pretty much with the zipper itself. I'm trying to figure out underside of the zip. Let me just take a peek at this. Okay, yeah. So this is going to lay like this. And we're going to sew this piece here. Make sure I'm not missing something. I feel like I'm missing something. No, I don't think that I am, because I did that part. Okay, so we're going to clip this together. Make sure it's centered here on the zipper. It's about like that. It's going to line up pretty much with the zipper tape on the bottom. So that's what I'm going to line it up with. I'm just going to clip it along the zipper tape. Lining it up as we go. Oh, that's where the zipper pull is. That's why it's being difficult. It didn't want to line up properly because the zipper pull was nudging it out. Just nudging it out just a little bit. There. And we're pretty much lined up with our zipper tape there as well. So that's good. And we are going to sew this entire length of the bag using a 3/8 seam allowance. Okay. I'm going to do the entire length of the bag with a 3/8 seam allowance. So I don't know if Jester's going to like this very much, but we're going to try it. Make sure. Yeah, okay. All right. Sorry about the camera movement. We've got to pull it down. Oops. That did not bend the arm correctly. There we go. And me. Turn the camera and down a little bit. There you go. That should do it. And I will try not to hit the camera as the fabric is coming out the back, because that may happen. It's entirely possible. I'm going to start down here at the bottom. No, I'm going to start at the top because I want this laptop pocket panel to be facing up as I'm sewing. So she said to do the entire length, not just the pocket. So that's what we're doing. I have a feeling that this entire length part is for placement, some stitching sometime later or something. But I have watched the video. It's been a little bit. Watched it a few times. I'm going to pull this out of the way a little bit. Yeah, that should work. Now we are on, where's my zipper pull? It's down here. All right. So now we are on the laptop pocket and we're getting ready to put it on the zipper. I'm just trying to keep everything nice and straight, which is hard to do with thin fabrics like this. Jester is not a fan of thin fabric. So I'm just having to be real careful as I go. Okay. In fact, she's really trying to pull off of that. Yeah, I got a better idea. I'm gonna pull this up. It'll be okay because I'm gonna switch to Birdie, but I gotta change out her thread color. At least the bobbin side. So I don't want it to show the light color. So I've already got my 3/8 at the top of the pocket, but this, because it's so close and it's such thin fabric, Birdie's going to be much more equipped to handle this. So let's switch that angle. All right, so I'm going to do two things here. I need to change out colors. That's a little light. Let me go check what I've got over here. That might be the brown we use, but maybe not. Oh, that might be better. It's more of a plum. Yeah, I think we're going to go with this. I don't really have like a caramel one for this machine. That's okay. But I'm going to actually, I don't need the top bobbin. I need the bottom. The top thread, I need the bottom thread. So let's pick a bottom thread. Anything close to a caramel. Oh, that actually looks pretty good. I'll use that. So we're changing the bobbin thread and not the top thread because the top thread is going to be on the laptop part, the laptop pocket, and that is a sand color. But on the zipper side, I don't want that sand color to stand out like in the stitch line right on the seam. So we'll have the top thread will be matching the top and the bottom thread will be closer to matching the bottom. And the other thing I need to do, of course, is change to a zipper foot. using a 3/8 inch wide zipper foot, just because it makes it a lot easier to line up the seam. So that's what I've got there. Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's going to be a lot easier to do. I felt that slide. Yeah, that slid. I don't know why it slid. Oh, well, I know one reason. Stitch length is insanely huge. Let's go back up here. Back up here where we started. All right, now we're going to go down. That should be better. Oh, yeah, that's much better. Much, much better. And this foam is probably in the way of the camera. I'm sorry. I need it out of the way of the stitching, so... close to the zipper pull, so I'm just going to go a little bit farther and move that zipper pull up toward the top so it's out of the way. Again, I'm sorry if the foam is in your way. We're almost there. Since I'm right here and my stiletto is over at the other machine, I'm just gonna use a screwdriver to hold it down. Ow, to hold it down, because this is a tricky bit here. It doesn't want to line up properly. It's kind of going all over the place. And if Birdie is being this difficult with it, I'm sure Jester would have been worse. So. Okay, and all the way to the bottom. Okay. Here are the top pieces I want to snip off. And then we can move back as soon as, move this camera first. And then we'll bring you back over to the other view. Okay. Let's out some. There we go. Okay. So that was putting, flip this around. That was putting the laptop sleeve on the zipper. God, I hope I did that right. I'm not really sure I did that right. I'm just reading. Yeah, it looks right. In the pattern, it looks right. Just my gut is telling me that is not right. That's not right. It should have been on this side. Should have been on this side. It's like that just didn't feel right when I pulled it off, because when you open it, yeah, I'll show you why. I need to seam rip this, but I'll show you why in just a moment. This will be the third time I have seam ripped this bag. Okay. And I am seam ripping it, just so you know. Again, it is not the pattern's fault. It is because I did not read, or I didn't totally comprehend what I was reading. So it said the underside of the zipper. Underside. Very important distinction. So let's just pull these out again. If you did not see earlier, when I seam rip, I do it one stitch at a time. I realize that that takes forever compared to just ripping it down the seam with this little handy tool like this and just going all the way down. But I have torn too many fabrics doing it that way. So I do it this way. Because especially after all the work I've put into this bag, if I tore any of it right now, I would probably cry. We don't want that. I'm actually going to rip one of these threads down here. And similar with this. Well, I'll get it when I get down there. Just because it'll make it easier when I get down there. That's one of the things that's frustrating. When I took my break, I just needed a break because I'd been going since 10 o'clock in the morning. Been a solid 6 hours. So I took a short break. And one of the things that I did was watched this section of the video, and I still put it on the wrong side of the zipper. It just happens that way sometimes, though. Not mad about it. A little frustrated, but not mad. And you may be tempted to say, well, that's because you've been sewing for so long today. But, fun fact, this is what I do just about every weekend. Why are you sticking here? Oh, because this is the part where it got wonky, I think. All right. Yeah, this is what I do pretty much every weekend, all day Saturday and Sunday. I did not yesterday because of allergies. Allergies are kicking my behind this year. But not 100%, but I was well enough to sew. So that's what I'm doing. Am I close to that spot? Yes, I am. Thank goodness. Okay. So we'll start with a smaller bit. See, the reason I should have known when I clipped it. That's all right. This is why we have seam rippers. I'm going to rip that piece just to make that shorter to work with. Okay. I have a chat. I have to get over to the computer. What? The written word matters? No. Oh, yeah. Yes, Mike. Reading instructions. Reading instructions. It's important. Comprehension. That's why I should say comprehension matters, because I have read this pattern 3 or 4 times, 2 or 3 times, something. I don't know. I've read it multiple times, way more than I normally read a pattern before I sew a bag, because I was going to be doing it live for the first time. And I still goofed it up a little bit. That's okay. We all make mistakes. It's just how you fix them. As I'm doing this, I would also like to share, if you want to check out our website, it is TazRiverArtisans.com. We have some bags listed. We do take custom orders. The other half of our business on YouTube is, the channel is called Taz River Artisans, and my husband runs that one because it's the woodworking side, and it is at Mike_Taz River Artisans, just like mine, except Mike instead of Jackie, in the YouTube handle, obviously. So trim that up a little bit. When it gets longer like that, it's harder to deal with. So, and I've got this other piece that's super long still because I haven't been cutting the brown thread at all. Come on. Are you getting stuck now? Just trim you off. That's fine. There we go. And here's our zipper pull. I'll pull that down out of the way. Is that another chat? Oh, no, it's not another chat. Okay. I'm watching it in my software because my phone, I had to charge my phone. My phone was almost at the end of its battery life. So to charge that, so I'm relying on my software now to tell me, my streaming software to tell me when there's a chat. How close are we getting to where is that? All right, cool. We are getting to where it's going to get kind of tricky to just pull it, because we're at the back stitching to anchor it really well. So this is going to be a little more challenging in this bit. It's okay. We're just going to cut it as we go to make it a little easier. Oops. See, I don't know if you saw that, but I almost went through the water-resistant canvas. That would have been very bad. Hi, Mike. What's up? Oh, sweet, thanks.
Maybe.
Well, I've got my phone plugged in. If it's long enough, you can put it on in the bathroom and under the door for the tablet, because the tablet's over on the ironing board. Ah, okay.
I'm just trying to get it so you can read your chats on the phone if you want it.
No, I appreciate that. Well, part of the problem with that is that it's plugged into the bottom and I sit it up, but that's okay. I can lay it down and still watch for chats.
Unless you wanted to keep watching your software.
Honestly, at this point, I don't think anybody else is here.
It's just us right now.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It's just us, so. But if anybody does come in, I don't want to ignore them.
Well, that's why I'm monitoring it.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Give you a chance to interact.
I appreciate it, love.
I'm making dinner.
Okay, thank you. In case you did not hear that, he is making dinner. Yay. He is the chef of the house. Chef, cook, whatever you want to call it. Short order cook. He says he's a short order cook because I'm really picky, so a lot of times he'll make something completely different for me. And get this out as well. We're almost done. Let's see, the more I think about it, the more I get frustrated with myself because I should have seen this coming. I'll show you why in a second. So I'm just not going to think about it yet. We're almost done with this seam removal here. Just another minute or two and I should be done. Is it still? Oh, it's barely in the shot. That's okay. All right. Almost there. Just gonna rip some of this thread to make it a little easier on myself. Oh, come on. Who is stuck? You're stuck. There you go. Okay. Seam ripping complete. Let me get all this thread. Put it in my thread bowl. Okay. All right. Now, oh, hey, Evie. Oh, yeah, you can totally watch the rest in the morning. Please don't, push yourself. I really appreciate it. I really, really do. I just had to seam rip that entire side because I put it on wrong. So, fun times. But now I'm going to put it on correctly. And the reason that I said I should have noticed it the first time is because you're supposed to line it up with the zipper tape, like against the zipper tape, not on the other side of the zipper tape. So that's why I should have caught it, but that's okay. Got it now, and this I'm definitely going to have to do on Jester because that is super duper thick right there. So, because this ends up being like the thickest seam in the entire bag. Like this whole area. And it's also why we keep the foam out of this seam, because that would be brutal putting it together. And we also keep the foam out of the seam on the other side because there's more foam on the other side here, but we keep it out of the seam as well. So Okay, now this one, we're going to do it a 3/8 inch seam allowance all the way from the top to the bottom. And we are going to, so it's 10. Oh, wow. Yeah, so you guys, so it's 10 there. It's 5. So you guys are 5 hours ahead of us. Okay, that makes sense. Let me get a sip of water. I did refill my water while I was downstairs. I have a giant water bottle that I carry around all the time. All right. Move this camera down. First, it needs to go up so you see my shirt. Then around. And down. That. I think I can move it around a little bit more than that. Yeah, that's good. Okay, now we get to do the 3/8 inch all the way down the side. Hey, Stormy. And this makes more sense because you want this 3/8, you want this seam. Oh gosh, you can see me more. Don't want that. You can, let me move that thing. There we go. Oh, that's all right, whatever. So this seam you want even all the way down. So that's why we want the 3/8 inch all the way down, like she says. Makes so much more sense now. Let's double check that. Where's my 1x6? I see it. And get some rusty. Oh yeah. Yes. I mean, it's not a huge time difference, but it's significant, especially when it gets to be nighttime. One more. The tricky part of this part of the bag is that the bag is starting to get heavy. And I don't mean like too heavy to carry. I mean heavy on the machine. So like you've got pieces that are pulling it over this way because, you know, we've got lots of parts on it now. So it gets tricky. You have to hold it better and you have to hold it out more and, you know, counteract that weight, counterbalance that weight, whatever you want to call it. So this is from here on out, it's going to be a little trickier than it was before. But it's also going to be really cool when it's done. Totally worth it. This bag is such a gorgeous bag after it's made. Oops. I need to keep the straps out of the way. All right. So now I'm going to use my stiletto, this little doodah, to hold the fabric down. Because this is the top of the laptop pocket. And I want to make sure it gets caught evenly. It did. Where is my zipper? Where's the zipper pull? Okay, it's right here past the second blue clip. So we will just keep going nice and slow. Let's see, I'm going to use a hump jumper on this side because it is way taller on the left than it is on the right. So I'm just going to use it on half of it, which actually makes it really, until I get off that piece that's holding it up, I think. Oh no, it's going to stay that way. All right, that's okay. It's okay. I am going to move the zipper down a little bit more out of the way. Give me a little bit more room to sew here, and then I will push it up toward the top. And this is when it feels like sewing is a workout. Okay. Let's pop it up. Slide it past. Come on. Go on. There we go. Got it. Now, when you start getting lots of layers of bags, lots of layers of the bag, and you're having to hold it just so, it starts feeling like a workout for sure. And I am doing this kind of slow-ish because I want to make sure the seam allowance is correct. Because we are not basting this on. This is the way it's going to be. Starting to get thicker down here. You know what? I am going to try to move that camera up a little bit. Aim it down so you can see better. I feel like that's really weird. Oh, that is terrible light. Oh, well, sorry. It is what it is at this point. Oh, getting a little more than 3/8. Don't do that. That's not good. Almost there. And I'm definitely going to want the hump jumper for this. So pull that down. Nope. Well, it's up. There we go. And this is, we're coming off that really thick foam. And this, we want to keep the fabric down on the bed. Whoa! And it just slid right out. Of course it did. It's all right. Here we go. See if we can fix that. Maybe caught. I may have to fix a thing. Oh, no, it's not good. But we want to keep the fabric flat because otherwise it can skip stitches and whatnot. But, okay. We have that done. That was tough. There's one part where the seam kind of goes, hey, I'm going too far, and I pulled it back over, but other than that, I think it'll be okay. And turn it back around, down. Okay. This way. All right. So now we have, see, this is why I said I should have figured it out. This is also why Adam Savage says, whoa, there's lots of chat. It's also why Adam Savage says that sewists have to think inside out and backwards. Oh, yeah, the videos of the dogs are fun. Oh, Evie, I am suffering from severe allergies. I was gonna go online yesterday, and I didn't because I could barely talk. It was awful. But